The day after Hamas released a video purporting to show Avera Mengistu, the Ethiopian Israeli held hostage by the terror group ever since he crossed over into the Gaza Strip in 2014, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said it confirmed what Israel already knew. Mengistu is still alive after more than 8 years in captivity. But how the new government intends to get him out of that captivity, whether it even consider negotiating indirectly with Hamas through a mediator and be willing to release security prisoners for him, and the other hostages and the remains of the soldiers, Hadar Goldenor and Shul, is a matter of discussion and debate. Here's Netanyahu speaking today during a visit to the headquarters of the Shin Bet Israel Security Agency in the northern West Bank.
Israel is continuing its efforts to bring back Avera Mengistu and the rest of our captives and missing people. Yesterday we received further confirmation of what we knew all along, that Avera is alive. This is a young man not in good health, and the responsibility for his fate rests entirely on Hamas.
I should have mentioned the name of the other hostage, Hisham al-Sayad, of course, also being held in the Gaza Strip. Joining us in studio, Nadav Tamir, former diplomatic advisor for the late Israeli President Shimon Peres, and a member of the group Friends of Avera Mengistu. Nadav, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for discussing this very tragic situation.
Tragic situation. It seems that Israel has confirmed that is him in the tape. He's still alive. He seems to be in good health. The question is how to proceed from here. This is, of course, hostage exchanges have become a matter of contentious debate in Israel.
Well, I'm not an expert, and I can't get into the details of what needs to be done in order to get him out. What we want, the Friends of Mengistu, who's trying to help a family in need, a family who hardly speaks Hebrew, to get the same attention from the Israeli public and from the Israeli government as any other Israeli would get, because we believe it's a matter of solidarity between all of us. And the fact that Hisham al-Sayad, who's a Bedouin, and Avera Mengistu is from an Ethiopian community, and both of them we know were mentally disabled, it means that the Israeli public should get mobilized around it, just like they did with Gilad Shalit and with any other Israeli.
Right. And in terms of, you of course have a rich diplomatic experience working with Shimon Peres, the Peres Center and other fields. What about in terms of the international community, Israel's Arab regional neighbors? Of course, Egypt and its player, Qatar, one of the few countries that seems to have influence in the Gaza Strip. More could and should be done in that area.
I think we should use all the tools in our arsenal, diplomatic and others. And of course, the fact that Hamas showed that video means that they are open for negotiations. And the fact that the Egyptians, the Qatari, the Turks are involved, the UN, all of them should really pressure Hamas. And any agreement that will include rehabilitation of Gaza should also include how we are getting Avera Mengistu, Hisham al-Sayad, and the bodies of the 2 Israeli soldiers back home. This is critical, and in many ways, I think it's much more important than the numbers of prisoners that will be released, because the Israeli solidarity is more important for our strength than any Hamas prisoner out of prison.
Right, and this, of course, that still is a contentious issue, but do you think this video, this sign of life, is just simply going to raise this issue more to prominence now in Israeli society?
We already have seen it. The fact that we're talking about this today, we're not talking about it, we're talking about 8 years that he is there, and we don't often talk about this. So I think we should use this sign of life and the fact that Israelis see the real person to get our empathy and to get more sense of urgency in releasing him.
All right, Nadav Tamir, this evening with us as part of the group Friends of Mengistu. Thank you for joining us
on
Thank you for having me. News.